So anyway, in short, the Game Gear flopped despite Sonic Chaos, among other successful titles. Anyway, number 7. The game that started it all. While this game is mainly a slow platformer, you can tell the developers weren't as cocky about Sonic going fast as a novel concept. I do appreciate the Marble Zone aesthetically, as well as Labyrinth, despite being the worst zone, but Green Hill feels timeless, and so does Marble Zone, and parts of the Scrap Brain Act 1 to 2, and bosses are more challenging than in 2. Not to mention it has that iconic Egg Wrecker which was later reused in Sonic 4, and Sonic Forces if you want to count that one, but it's not the fault of Sonic 1. I might have put Frontiers on this spot if there was more to it outside the boss OST, despite it having Sonic in an open world, which I do give them props for. However, I am placing Colors here after the butchered its name after the recent Colors Ultimate port. Seriously, why were the colors dirty like that? Like literally, what a fudge. Thank God for the fan project Re-Rainbow, made by the fans. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This is some of people's all-time favorite video games of all time, so naturally it would be on this list. Chemical Plant, Mystic Cave, Casino Night, Oil Ocean are all action-packed, but not as much as Labyrinth or Starlight from Sonic 1 on the Genesis. On some ways, the original Sonic 1 is better compared to 2, with the original special stages in both games compared side by side, or the 4:3 camera ratio working better in Sonic 1 than in 2. I know Sonic 2, despite the faster levels such as Aquatic Ruin Zone, where enemies break through walls, thank God for the mobile port or release, as well as Origins in 2024 or 2021, and onward that fixed these problems. Anyway, Sonic 2 is a timeless classic. If you haven't played it yet, then I'm going to have to ask you, where have you been? Have you been living under a rock? This is some of the best video games of all time. Sonic and Knuckles. Like I mentioned on my current unlisted Frontiers analysis video, some people like Scott tend to prefer Sonic 2 over the overall package of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So despite Origins released in 2021, I will consider this a separate entity from Sonic 3, in other words, the lesser half of Sonic 2. Due to Sandopolis Act 1 through 2, but I do regard Flying Battery as a timeless stage that I am happy saw return in Mania, as well as Lava Reef Zone, and amplified even further in terms of fun factor by removing the barriers that squish the player to death with a single wrong move on Flying Battery Act 2 in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Anyway, I like this game more than 2 since it feels more adventurous and timeless thanks to the Flying Battery, giving off those Mega Man vibes, and the special stages are a significant improvement from Sonic 2, both in the way you enter and in terms of fair challenge. I already made a video discussing Sonic 3 in depth back in my high school years, or back during my high school years, but in short, this is the game that let Tails fly, swim, and play differently from Sonic, so he became the easy mode, and the multiplayer was improved because it didn't lag as much. There was so much improved. So many improvements. Sonic Free, I love Sonic Free. Sonic Generations. You can tell by looking at it that it is a game made in the 6th generation in gaming, or 7th, but that does not stop it from hitting my number 2 spot. Hell, this is one of my all-time favorite video games of all time, and I might release my list if I ever get to 700 subscribers. I love Generations. I debated if Unleashed, Free and Knuckles or 2 should be placed above it, but I just find myself coming back to this one more. It just feels modern. And like it takes Sonic to the next level in terms of branching paths, the new drift, and the newly added drop dash for modern Sonic to use. So sadly, no drop dash for classic Sonic, but he could do it in Sonic Forces and Sonic Superstars. What gives? Anyway, now on to my number 1 game on this list. X Shadow Generations. After Forces, this was what we desperately need. And by December 12th, we will get the Keanu Reeves Tokyo level DLC in case you pre-ordered the digital deluxe like I did. And by the looks of it, it is going to be lit. I love X Shadow Generations. It is one of my all-time favorite Sonic games. Hell, it is one of my all-time favorite video games of all times. Sonic Team outdid themselves after Forces with this one. Hallelujah. We are so back with this one. Or so I hope. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my list and my video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. And maybe follow me, because you can always unfollow or unsubscribe if you will. Anyway, I will upload my Shadow Generations review fairly soon, after my Sonic Generations review, and even more precisely, after my Rayman 1 review. So yeah, stay tuned for all those reviews, and please give some support to my Rayman M review that I published for Davu Game Review Show Episode 3. Anyway, that was all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and take care of yourself and all that good stuff. Because yeah, see you around next time.